got seen, we'll take two.
We advertised the whole hot patch in the paper, and bids are up on Friday. And there's the two bids, one from the city of St. John, one from the city of Stafford, and I'd recommend it go with the one from the city of Stafford.
That's city of Stafford, how much?
$505.
Looks like it's paid for.
To me, it looks like a no-brainer. You anticipate any more bids or?
No, the bid's
Closed
closed.
Friday.
It's closed
Bids,
Friday.
oh, as of like Friday.
Do you want to make a motion?
Yeah, I'll make a motion, we accept the bid from the city of Stafford for the hot mix patcher for $505.
Second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
We'll call Jerry and let him know.
All right.
Oh, and there's that.
Scheduled step increase. Who's this guy?
I don't know, he's a little shady.
Who's it on?
Me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, who recommended this?
Yeah.
Well, nobody signed it, so I don't know.
You don't sign your own step increases?
I have a hard time getting that up here in the first place. And if you would like to wait till we're here, that's fine.
You want to wait for Lee or should we?
It's a scheduled one anyhow, right?
Yeah,
When is it?
It was sometime this.
When's it going in effect?
12608.
Yeah, you need to do it.
There you go, make a motion, we increase Philip from range 14, step 1A to range 14, step 2B, effective 12608.
I second the motion, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Let's do it for
Yep, no, 25th.
Today's the 25th.
You want me to sign that?
Absolutely.
Other than that, I don't really have anything else. Oh, I'm gonna get, one of the carpenters in town to look, just to advise out here on the salt building, we can put a new roof on it. In the middle, you ever drive by, it's sagging real bad. It's,
Go out here on the.
yeah, it's, state building, yeah, and it's sagging real bad, with water in right there, so I believe we're gonna have to get one of their opinions and then get some prices and stuff, and I'll come back to it.
All right.
You guys don't have anything?
No.
Okay.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Just tell Trent I'm keeping an eye on him.
Oh, okay.
Carmen.
All right, I'll tell him.
Sorry if I glared your camera less.
I'm gonna get a toupee.
Okay, you said you had what else there?
I have reduced notice for the Kansas County Commissioners Association.
And what up, any,
I didn't even check that. I don't think that's true.
I'll make a motion, we'll go ahead and submit our Kansas County Commissioners Association membership dues of $165.60.
second motion, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay.
Okay. Then Joe left the deed for the Garner property over here. If you wanna look at it, we can act on it later.
We'll run out.
That's all I have.
Okay, we'll recess.
Organization that I'm trying to get started here. We had a meeting last week. Barton County's Crime Stoppers came down and Sheriff Causey to kind of go over how it works there. And we got a board put together, and I'm trying to find out how to get the phone line put in here, because we've got a lot of phone lines, but hopefully we'll be up and going within a few weeks.
So it's just, purpose is just like identify people, or you call in, or?
Well, yeah, with Crime Stoppers, see, I hope it works, and I think it will work very well here. The idea behind it is, when someone calls in with information, we can't get their name. We can't at all. So I think people will be more apt to call in knowing that they don't have to testify in court, they don't have to, nobody will know who called in. And I'm hoping this will,
Be anonymous.
right, it'll help a lot, you know, specifically with narcotics, but it'll help on burglaries, thefts, whatever.
People don't want to get involved, so.
Right,
The inmates have a fear they have to get involved in.
that's correct. So I knew you guys probably knew that I was working on it, but I wanted you to know that it's going.
So the calls will go down to your office then?
Right. Yeah, the way it works at Great Bend, which is how we'll do it here, from 8 to 5, the phone is answered. But after 5 o'clock, they get a recording, tells them to call back between 8 and 5. And the way it's gonna have to work in my department, you know, the dispatchers aren't law enforcement, and I don't want them taking the information. And obviously, Rob and I are not gonna be in the office from 8 to 5 every minute. So I'm gonna have the dispatchers answer it, and, you know, this is Crime Stoppers, I don't have an officer here, call back in 10 minutes. Well, Rob or I wanna be here, or the St. John PD will come over to take the call when it comes in. So, I think it should work pretty well.
This is that report areas that they think that you're looking for somebody that's maybe committed a crime or something and they got information to leave.
Right, they can.
It's
use
not
it.
something in progress yet. Not if you got that crime in progress.
No, you
back
still
there.
call
Call
911,
911,
yeah.
do what you're
Right.
doing. This is just to try to get information from people.
Wichita has this, Hutch has it.
Right,
Um,
Great Bend. Pratt has one, but it's not actually Crime Stoppers. I mean, Crime Stoppers is its own organization. And see, it surprised me, but Hayes has never had it. And Hayes is getting it now also. I think
Well, is
it's
a
good.
reward offered on that?
Right.
I thought there was.
There's
Very good.
up to $1,000. And Merlin Grimes and his wife donated $5,000 to Stafford County to start it. And the board has already talked to Oddfellows and Rebecca's, and I'm not sure the amount they're giving, but they're giving some. So we'll have at least a good base
And
to
you got
start.
some, did you get some from Sunflower?
Not to my knowledge.
Someone was talking, they were submitting a grant to Sunflower Foundation.
They haven't talked to me about it, but now, I mean, now that the board is up and going, the only involvement I should have in it, because I don't have any involvement in the money, is just answering the phone and reporting to the board if we get an arrest, so.
That's good.
Yeah, I think it'd be a good,
I know it's a great
Good deal.
paper that got the whole time in there. They had
Yeah.
some articles about that says that they call in, no name or anything.
right? And other than that, we do have some leads on the burglaries. And that's all I'll say for now, but we are checking into some leads. The stolen pickup was recovered this weekend. And we're getting ready to process that this morning. See if we can get some prints off of it. Have KBI coming down, so. It's been kind of busy.
Was it in good condition?
No. I mean,
Not-
outwardly, it doesn't look bad, but I don't think it's in good condition. No. But at least it was found.
Was it, can I ask, was it in the county yet or?
Yeah. It was, where it went in there off of K-19, just east of the artesian well. Rob and I had went out there and followed the tracks that night, and it had circled around and come back west, and then come out on the Lease Road. And the helicopter also, they followed those tracks. And when it come out on the Lease Road, there's a township road, just about a quarter of a mile from there. Well, we assumed that he got on that township road and took off, but apparently he turned and went back into the hills and made a big circle to the east. Cause he ended up southeast of where we went in, I don't know, probably a mile and a quarter southeast, and he was down in a bog, so,
But didn't find him.
no, not yet.
That makes you a little paranoid. I'm starting to lock up my shed again.
Well, and we haven't been able to prove or disprove that. We do know that he did steal the vehicle there in Great Bend, whoever this is, and came to Stafford County and stole Mr. Seefke's. But at the same time, we were out looking for the vehicle. Barton County had recovered a vehicle stolen out of Russell.
I read that paper.
So we don't know if it's the same or just,
Coincidence?
right. But we haven't had any reports in our county of any other stolen vehicles.
Well, he had to be running from something.
Well, that's what I would assume. And I would imagine that if you steal a big tandem boom truck, you'd want to get rid of that pretty quick, it'd be easy to spot. So my guess is that he was taking dirt roads and,
That's what I thought, man, I see that picture in the paper, I'm good.
yeah.
Well, hopefully you get him caught or something, you know.
Well,
No more excitement than last weekend.
no, except for finding the vehicle, we didn't have any, the deputies made a couple arrests over the weekend, but it wasn't on burglaries, it was traffic and fight in Stafford. So, but that's all I have.
Okay, well, thanks, I think it'd be a good deal, this crowd solver.
Oh, I do.
think it'll help a lot. That's starting, yeah.
So you have to have a dedicated line?
Yes, it'll be just dedicated for that. I'll have to get a phone and just one line to go there. And Barton County's Crime Stoppers said that, and they're supposed to be giving me the phone number to call, but when you're a nonprofit organization, you can get a cheaper rate for that phone line. So I called them again this morning, and they're supposed to call me back and give me that phone number to call, so. Because we might as well get it as inexpensive
Oh,
as we
yeah.
can.
And they had Great Bends that worked pretty well for them, they had lots
Yeah.
of leads on it.
I know that the sheriff says he loves it, because they have got a lot of tips that's worked out, and Great Bend PD said the same, so I think it'll work.
So good.
Anything will help. I mean, when there's only 4 of us, we need other eyes out there to help us, so this should help. All right.
Good.
Thank you.
All right, Jeff.
Do we need to do anything, take any action, we already approved it,
I don't think so, I think
we already approved it.
it's signed it.
Anything else right now? We're recessed. Okay. Anything else we discussed, possibly having someone mow the yard this year, you said it was contract or something? And, are your plans are to advertise, is
Yes,
that correct then?
I'll put it on in the papers.
In the papers and see, get bids and see if we have someone interested in
Right.
taking care of the yard, mowing and trimming and stuff, okay?
You want somebody to do the landscaping too then? The flowers and all that?
How did it work last year?
You saw it, pretty impressed with it.
Huh?
Did you think it looked all right last year?
You worked on
So
it,
let
didn't you?
her still do the planting and stuff.
Who's that?
Deb did it last
What
year.
she did? I don't care, I mean, we might, if they see what they'll do on taking care of the whole thing. I
Do
mean,
the landscape.
Do the landscape, the whole thing, mowing and everything.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else?
I have nothing.
I'd ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
We are adjourned.